Hello, everybody. Welcome to an all new Beyond the Barricade live. I am your host, Papa Dank, and I think my camera's off center a little bit. Hold on a second. There we go. How's everybody today? I hope everybody's having a great Sunday today. First of all, I would like to say I was at NYWC last night. I had a great time at their show leading up to Psycho Circus. I want to take a special thank you. I don't know if you can see this from Sage and from Tommy. Hold on. There's Tommy of the slime balls. I think you can see it well because I got the freaking green screen in the back. For signing my Ed by Tens. They had a great match last night leading into Psycho Circus. And yeah, I had a great time. Now, on to my guest today. So you guys see who it is. It is the one and only Hot Dog Starks. He will be joining us in 1, 2, 3. Hey, Hot Dog. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good. It's your boy, the one, the only Hot Dog Man from Hot Dog Land. My name is Hot Dog Starks. How you
I
doing,
love
man?
it. I love the
Thank you.
intro.
Thank you.
All right, let's start with how did you start falling in love with this wonderful world that we call professional wrestling? Oh,
All right. So I grew up watching it. I grew up as a kid. Loved everything that was on my screen. I watched between both WCW and WWE or WWF, whatever you want to call it. If you were watching back then. And then I would just like always once it turned off, I wanted to see more of it. So I always explored like television channels. I stayed up like hours of the night just trying to find more wrestling. So I remember seeing some stuff from AAA. I remember seeing ECW at one point, and I was just like, man, I love all this. Like, I remember there was like an all women show. I was just like, whatever it was, I always try to find it. I always try to find more like wrestling because I loved it. I love what it represented. I love all the characters. I love all the the craziness that comes with it.
Right.
So yeah, that's how I kind of got into the love of professional wrestling.
Wrestling. All right, cool. How about some of your favorites? Name
All
some of
right,
your favorites.
so man, my all-time favorite is The Undertaker. He's
Oh.
my like all-time favorite, hence why I do have a hot dog persona named Undertaker. It's my tribute to The Undertaker. Um, I love Sting. Sting is also one of my favorites. I wish those two could have
Match.
turns at least once,
I know.
before they retired.
It was close. It was close. They
Very,
almost did.
yeah, I know. Jeff Jarrett was also one of my favorites from WCW. The Chosen One gimmick, him just like getting that guitar,
Right.
bashing people over the head with it. Like
He's
it was
still
like
doing it.
he's still doing it. He's still doing it. He's still
That's
doing it.
right.
So I appreciate Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Hardy is also one of my favorites.
Right.
I don't do none of the flippy stuff that Jeff Hardy does, but I wish I did. But my body cannot take all that. But Jeff Hardy was also one of my favorites growing up. Who else did I have? I have loved like I have like those are like my top four right there.
Okay. Did you ever get to meet any of them?
I've met Jeff Jarrett a few times. Like he's been on a few shows I've been on. Like I
Right.
Wrestle Pro, which also provided me to do a Jeff Jarrett seminar. Not too like I don't know, like maybe 8 years ago
Right.
when he was starting up Global Force. So I got a chance to like pick his brain, and he kind of liked my stuff. And I've been in front of his people. So and been around Jeff Jarrett and his wife was just like an extreme pleasure. Um, Let me see. So Sting, right? I remember doing some signing in Atlantic City, and I did not know Sting was going to be there. So I'm recording
Uh-oh.
this line because this is like when the Elite and Cody Rhodes and Marty Scurll and Hangman Page were like all getting super like mainstream popular on the in the States. Um, I'm recording all these like this line of people, it's a giant line of people, and I watch this back to this day because like you can hear me gasp. Sting walks across, he walks across my screen. I look up and I'm like, "Holy crap, it's Sting!" And I almost
Right.
dropped my phone. So I froze and I never met Sting, but I was in his presence, and we were like this close to each other.
Oh
Um,
man.
I had an opportunity to get on the elevator with Sting as well, and I
Oh.
was also in like gimmick. I was in a hot dog costume,
Oh, you were.
and I was with my fiance, and
uh,
she's like, "You want to go in the elevator?" I was like, not right now. I can't move."
all right.
And she was like, "Damn, baby, like I've never seen
Right.
you starstruck before." And I'm like, "I'm usually never starstruck, but this is Sting. This is the
Right.
man called Sting."
The icon.
Yeah, the icon, you know. Um, and I've never met the Undertaker, and I met Jeff Hardy once.
Okay. Did you get to talk to Jeff?
No, not really. He came in. I think we were at a WrestlePro show. He had came in, and we were watching like this TV monitor in the back, and he trips on the monitor. He trips on the monitor and like almost takes out the entire production. And then Matt Hardy goes, "Well, he's already deleting shit." And then
That's a good one.
yeah, it was great.
All right, let's start out with your training. Where did you train to be a wrestler, and who was some of your trainers and mentors along this
All right,
process?
so I mentioned WrestlePro a few times. So I've trained under the tutelage of like Creator Pro New Jersey, under Pat Buck, Kevin
Oh, okay.
Matthews, Mar Bukara, and a few others. My mentors, I would say, would it's funny enough, like my mentors will happen to be like some of the students who were also like training with me as well. Like those are the people who were
Okay.
actually like really big influences on my in-ring persona and my in-ring career.
Right.
So a few of them are actually still on the indie scenes, and I would say like Jose and Jose B from the Hispanic Mechanics.
Uh-huh.
Those two, like I started with Jose at the same time, and Hose B came along a little after. But when those two got together, Hose B understood like wrestling quicker than most people would understand. And
Right.
when I wrestle them, like every time we have a match with each other, it's like the easiest day at work. It's like the funnest and easiest day at work. Everything is like smooth sailing, and how they break down psychology. Um, to, for me to like understand, it's like superb, and like they just get it, they understand. So those guys like have real big influences on me. um and I take from stuff I do see on like television. Like my moveset is consists of like all the old guys moves, like the Rock's moves, Stone Cold's moves, Hulk Hogan's, the Undertaker. And those are like big influence for me, because it's like you know they're not doing it anymore, like
Right.
and they were so great. Like they were great not because of the finishing moves, but because how they carried themselves as well, how they talked in the mic. And I was like, you know what, like how do you break down a hot dog, right? I know you're probably gonna ask me, why a hot dog, and
Right.
I'll
Well,
tell you here right now. What is
yeah,
that?
it's like, how did you come up with that persona?
Right, and then I'll go right into it. So
Gotcha.
think about it like this: like a hot dog is pretty much like all the stuff like mashed into one, right? So like
Right.
that's why I mentioned all those names before me. Now I'm all those things mashed into one giant being. So yeah,
Uh,
to break down hot dog, I'm actually a hot dog of professional wrestling.
I think you're the only hot dog in professional wrestling.
I am. There's also Dewey the hot dog, who is like a hardcore fan of indie wrestling and pro wrestling in general.
Uh,
Um, he understands that I am the OG hot dog. Even though he wears a hot dog costume, I am
uh,
still the OG hot dog, and he acknowledges the tribal meat. I'll tell
the
you that.
OG Starks.
Yes, sir.
I love it. I love it. All right. So now, how is sorry, how was your first match? Like, what were your emotions going through it? Hey, I'm a wrestler now. This is my first thing. Who was your opponent? Break that all
Funny
down.
enough, I'm celebrating 10 years of professional wrestling. My first match was
Ooh,
January
congratulations.
19th. Thank you. January 19th, 2013. That was my first match, but I was training since October before that. So yeah, I made 10 years. My first match, I believe I was in a battle royal. Um, and me and my like tag partner, who's Jose now, before
Uh,
he was Jose, we were a tag team called 24/7. Hence why 24/7 is like almost everywhere in all my handles.
Yeah.
So 24/7. We took wrestling very serious. We were best friends. We got into this wrestling school, and we were like, we wanted to stand out. We were new to this wrestling school, and we wanted to stand out. So what did we do? We cut a promo together. We were like, we know we're in a battle royal, but it's going to be every man for themselves. It's not going to be like that for us. It's going to be us versus them, right? So we in a sense called the entire school out and called like whatever roster people were going to be, in this battle royal, and it just goes to crap. Like it was praised because we made a promo. They even posted it, and we were like, he had all this momentum going in. We got our family and friends in the crowd and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. As soon as the bell rings, my tag team partner hits me, and I'm just like, "What are you doing? Why are you hitting me? We just cut
Right.
a promo."
Right.
So he didn't stick to the script, if you will, and his ass got tossed out, Scorpion style. And I thought that was the funniest thing. And then I ended up staying longer than I was supposed to. So I was like maybe the final five of that battle royal for some reason. And it was great. Like I just had fun. I showed up, showed out. I wish I had real wrestling gear. No one had wrestling gear at that time. I was wearing like a old karate gi, like old karate pants and like a
uh,
t-shirt, like or a tank top, a black tank top or something like that. And
so you weren't hot dog right there.
I wasn't Hot Dog back then. I was just Michael Starks, like that's my
Right.
my real name. I didn't have a name back then. But yeah, my first match was cool. I had my hair all blown out, like young kid. So that was like my first experience in the ring in front of people, and that was pretty much awesome.
Awesome, awesome. You wanted to talk about before we get into the next question? Who designed your hot dog outfit? I'm sure people want to know.
Me.
You
Uh,
designed it. You put it all
yeah,
together.
yes. So I also do graphic designs. I design things for myself and other wrestlers as well. Yeah, but
Awesome.
my inspiration actually came from Cheeseburger,
Uh-huh.
who's also like one of my mentors as well. Like honestly, like he has taught me so much in like such a little time, psychology wise, and as well as like in ring wise. Burger's great. So we were in
Right.
a tag team called Meat on a Mission. Everybody wanted it. Everybody wanted Cheeseburger and Hot Dog to be a tag team, and we made it
Right.
happen. So his gear is like he wears like a two-piece set, and he
Uh-huh.
wears like red, green, gold sometimes. And I was like, you know what? Like I wanted like we gotta like a tag team. We gotta like a tag team. So I
Right.
designed it, and as soon as I designed it, this man changed everything about himself. He became the world famous CB, changed his whole style, changed his whole look, and I was like, bird.
Oh man.
So it was fine. I didn't really debut that gear until it was actually time to debut it, where I became a Undertaker. So like, if you look on the side of the tights,
Uh-huh.
I have like a Undertaker style logo, but it's literally like a pitchfork with a hot dog on it and mustard and ketchup across, like it's a cross section.
I'm gonna have to
So
take a
like
close look
yeah,
at that.
it's literally like it's so cool. It's so cool. Someone actually made that logo for me,
That's a cool
and
fun
it was
fact.
like, yo, you can use it whenever you want. I just want you to have it. And I've been using it ever since.
Right.
Since then, I had them made actually. Those are actually made into real life like things now. So I actually do have a
Okay.
pitchfork, giant pitchfork with a ketchup and mustard PVCs with like, and it had a giant like aged hot dog on it, but like it didn't last too long. We had to eat that before it went bad. But it was pretty
That's
cool. It was
awesome.
pretty cool.
You should make that into like its own like 8x10.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
It's true. I'm into merchandising as well. For
But yeah,
my own
I
stuff.
designed all my gear. And yeah, I design other people's gear and I design logos and whatnot. So I
Right.
like to be, a jack of all trades, if you will.
I think that you got to be born with something like that. Like you have to have a vision for what you
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying.
Yeah, that's definitely
So
true.
my son has the same way because he designs stuff too. So
Mm,
must have
nice.
passed it to him. All right, let's talk about your first match that you had that was your favorite.
Oh, a favorite match I have, man. I'm gonna have to look at. I'm gonna have to look at a list because
All right, let's
actually, you know,
talk.
I do have
No, all
I
right,
do have a few. Are you
okay.
familiar with Megabyte Ronnie?
I am not. No,
Okay, so Megabyte
that's
Ronnie
okay.
is a professional wrestler, of course, but he also is a professional eater. So he does enter eating competitions. He's been in the
Oh, like
Nathan's
the
famous
Nathans? Yeah.
yeah, he's been in Nathan's famous hot dog eating competition. Me and him were like feuding for like an entire summer. Like
Uh,
it was crazy where I popped up at the Nathan's contest, Nathan's hot dog eating contest. He
all
was
right.
ESPN caught our stare down, and then
Uh-huh.
he did his thing, and then like we did, we made a promo about it afterwards when he got in my face again afterwards. He was like, "You're the reason why I lost." I wrestled the same
Oh,
night,
right.
or the same night, same day, like a little like 30 minutes out. He literally took an Uber to my show after I won my match. And this is like a backyard, like hardcore, like street fight that's happening that I've just
Right.
won. Um, he's fresh out of like the Nathan's eating hot dog eating competition and like gave me his like finisher on his ladder, and I was done.
Ooh.
So we had this whole thing leading up to it. So we let it like simmer for like 3 more months. Finally
Uh-huh.
had the first match where it was like no talking. It was nothing. Like we it was like promos leading up to it, and then we finally had the match, and it was like a hot dog hardcore match. And my God, it was the craziest match I've ever been part of. And I've never wrestled this guy before, but we just
Right.
had like chemistry. So we wanted the same thing. We wanted this feud to main event a show at one point. We wanted it to get over,
Right.
and for the most part, it did. And the amount of work we both put into it was like phenomenal. Um, so we just had that in ring chemistry, and it was like I wrestled this guy like a million times before. Unfortunately, I did not win the
That's
match.
awesome.
He low blowed me and gave me his
Oh.
finisher on top of a tray of mini weenies instead of those tacks thumbtacks. So
Right.
those are one of my favorites. That's one of my favorite matches. And any match I had with Cheeseburger, whether it was against him or with him, Cheeseburger is great in the ring
Right.
as a tag partner, as an opponent. I think we're better off rivals than tag team partners, though,
Uh-huh.
just because of like when we think of things to, I guess, hurt one another, right? To like
Right.
one another, like just speaking about it. He gets my references, I understand his. So we
Right.
just like create magic. So the last time I faced Burger, like, and currently we're 1-1 right now. So we have to like
Oh, you have to have
eventually
that.
get that third
That's
match.
right.
I don't know when or where, but hopefully I get it. That's also one of my, dream matches I want to have again.
We
Um,
need somebody to book that.
yes, right. But
we got
yeah,
we got a statement for you real quick. Hold on. We
okay.
need a hot dog Starks and Joey Chestnut to have a stare down.
Uh, you'd be surprised that we do have a stare down, right? I do have
Really?
of Joey Chestnut and myself
Uh-huh.
staring down one another. And Joey Chestnut, I will admit, has like he has an intense stare down because this man,
Right.
like he is Joey Jaws, you know what I'm saying? He has like eight
Right.
stomachs. I don't know, like he's scary. He has that grill that like you can't really replicate, but he's very like stoic when it comes to like him wanting to eat something. So I have a picture with Joey Chestnut and I have a picture facing off against Joey Chestnut. So
That's awesome.
if Joey wants to smoke, he can come get the smoke. You can tell him
You'll
I
get to
sent him.
smoke.
Yeah.
Ryan, pass it along to Joey. All right. What about some of your all time favorite gimmick matches that you've been in?
That I've been in,
Yes.
man.
And then we're gonna
Besides
talk about
any hardcore match I'm in, I always call it a hardcore or a hot dog match or hot dog hardcore match.
right,
Those
a
are
hot
always
dog
my
hardcore match. I love
because you know what it is
that.
because it's the creativity value of it. It's like, okay, what can I do in this match that can be hot dog related? That's understandable.
Right.
That makes sense. That is just like pure like madness on top of that. Like, so I would say, and I had a regular singles match against Bourbon. This is the one I lost where
Uh,
he just had like haberdasheries, if you will. Like We knocked out Nick Shin with the referee with my pillow pet Frankie, knocked him out. I took a super kick. Ketchup comes out, like a guy in a ketchup costume comes out. He's the referee
Right.
now. He starts counting, kicks out. We knock him out, and then I knock Burger out. I pick Burger. A mustard referee comes out. 1-2 kick out. We knock him out, and then I hit Burger with something. Shin gets back up. 1-2. Burger's foot's on the rope, and it's like pure madness. Pure madness.
Man.
I love matches like that.
Awesome.
I haven't really been in many gimmick matches. Like those hardcore matches are very one in a very few. Like I've been in like maybe 3 or 4 of them. And I will say I'm undisputed.
Disputed. I like that. Undefeated.
In
That's
all of
awesome.
those matches, I'm undefeated in all those matches. I have not been beaten in a hot dog hardcore match.
You gotta trademark that.
I'm unbunned. When it comes there, I'm unbunned.
Let's talk about like we just talked about match you've been in. How about one that you want to be in? Like I need to be in this type of match someday.
I always wanted to be in an X Division match for some reason. I don't know why. I have no core strength at all, but I have a little bit, but not like that much. But like being in an X Division match would be just like totally bonkers, or like a TLC match, a tables, ladders, and chairs match.
Okay.
I definitely want to do something where I want to make a concession stands match if that's possible.
Oh, okay. That would be different.
I want to like make different matches, or like instead of a casket match, just like a wiener cart match. You just have to put your opponent into the cart
I like that.
and then send them off somewhere. Like I would love that. Like
that's some great ideas, man.
Yeah. I always wanted to do a cage match, but cage matches on the indies don't always go too well. So maybe not on the indies a cage match. Right. I just want to fall off something one time. Right. One time.
Let's jump out of wrestling for a moment. What are some of your hobbies that you like to do?
I do like designing. I do that quite often. I like thinking of different things, thinking of different ideas, thinking of different logos for myself, or just different marketing techniques. I always like networking. I always want to see what people are into. Can I get into that? Can I learn from other people? So just learning as a whole, like that's in a sense like a hobby of mine. I don't mind doing it. I'm always going to learn something so I can apply it somewhere else. So that's how I usually think about things. So yeah, I guess like learning and designing are like my hobbies.
Okay.
And cooking, I'm a excellent chef.
Yes. What are some of your favorite meals you like to cook?
So I like freestyling a little bit. So like salmon is like my specialty. When it comes to salmon, I don't think anyone can beat my salmon. I put so much work and love and effort into it. Like that's also undefeated, by the way. Like anytime I make salmon, and my cooking abilities have been so great. Like I've showcased it to like all my wrestling friends and family and whatnot. To the point where I have rivals now. Like I have a rivalry with another said wrestler who wants to, beat me in cooking because my cooking is so great.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. That's how good my cooking is.
Wow, I could be a type of match, a cooking match.
Mm-hmm, the cook-off.
Who's the undefeated? I didn't even know how to say it.
Undefeated.
The undisputed
era.
That's right. That's right. I love it. You can just use bun on anything.
Yes, you can.
All right. Any TV shows you're watching currently?
I just watched the first episode of Wednesday not too long ago.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty great.
The whole series is great.
I've heard like nothing but great things about that show. I watched like maybe the first episode of Velma, and like it's gonna have its critics. I'm trying to give it a chance. I like watching the first episode of everything so I can just get into it.
Make your own decision.
Yeah, right. So far, like it's a little like okay, like I went and had done that. That's different. But you know what? Like I'm gonna still watch. But I'm only one episode in. and of course, The Last of Us. The Last of Us,
Last of
beautifully,
Us.
beautifully done show. I'm a giant fan of Naughty Dog's The Last of Us video game. Um, so like just to see that finally like the fans get something that we always wanted since the
Right.
release 13 years ago. Like we got it now. We're getting it now. And the actors are pretty great. Like I'm not a real big fan of the person who's playing Ellie though. Like I don't know what it is about them, but like other than that, the show is beautifully done. So
Right.
those are the
I'm,
shows I'm currently watching.
I'm not really a video game guy, so I don't know about the Last of Us game, but I heard the
Mhm.
show's good and it's on my list to watch.
Yeah, even if you never played the game, just watching the show, it's like
Right.
it's right there.
Yeah, I think there's a new episode tonight. If I'm not mistaken. It's
Oh
every
wow,
Sunday, right?
yeah,
Yeah, it's
probably.
every
Yeah, yeah,
Sunday. Yeah. I also watched on Netflix the yeah, there it goes. Second episode comes out tonight.
okay.
Brandon, that's my son. Um, yeah, I started watching the '90s show. I don't know if you ever watched
Oh,
that
you know
'70s
what? I
show.
do want to watch that. I do want to watch that. My
It's
one of
funny.
my friends said it was really good.
Yeah, it's funny.
I saw the Michael Kelso clip when his son. I seen that
Yes,
clip, and I
yes,
was like sold on that. I was like, you know what? Like I gotta watch this show.
yeah. They all kind of make an appearance here and there. The original cast,
Oh, nice.
almost all of them, except for one.
All right.
Yeah, but it's so funny. You gotta watch it.
I definitely will check it out.
Let's jump back into the wrestling scene. Let's talk about ribbing.
Ribbing. Oh man.
Yes. Tell me about a rib you did to someone and a rib that was done to you.
Okay, so I definitely have I ever been ribbed? Um, that is a thing. Like I prank a lot of people. My favorite rib of all time is when I think I did like my first, or I was one of my like first outdoor shows. Like not outdoors, but like not from the company. I was like usually wrestling because we always like stay loyal to the company. But when we got the okay to like
Right.
go to other promotions, I always made sure I got comfortable with the promoter and whatnot.
Right.
So I think it's like my second trip or whatever at this company, and they give us our pay in an envelope, and I take the pay out, right? I take it
Right.
out, pocket it, and I had a bunch of like coins,
Uh-huh.
so I just put all my coins in an envelope, and I go to the promoter. He's sitting down. I was like, "Hey, like we got to talk, man." Like he's like, "What happened?" I was like, "Look, no, I know I'm new on all that.
Right,
I don't deserve all this." Like, to pour out all the chains, and he was like,
right.
he's like, "Oh my god, no, I'm so sorry. My
You
wife, she does
pranked the
the envelope."
promoter.
Yeah, so he's like, "My wife, she does all the envelopes and she doesn't pay. I'm so sorry." I was like, "I'm fucking with you, man." Like,
I think I've never heard anybody pranking a promoter. That's great.
yeah, they were very ballsy, but I did what I had to do, you know.
What did he say to you after?
He was just like, very relieved that that wasn't the case and I was playing with him because I could be very intimidating sometimes, especially like when I get into like serious character, like, "Hey,
Uh-huh.
what's up, man? What's up? What's going on here?" And people were not used to that. People like
Right.
people are not used to it, or my my comedy. So it catches them off guard. So I was very happy that he was able to laugh at it
Right.
after the fact. Um, but yeah, that's one of my favorite ribs that I played. But I'm trying to think of a rib that was played on me. The obvious is
Right.
someone always takes the hot dog costume. Someone always takes the costume. Like,
So they try to get you that way.
yeah, I remember someone put my hot dog bag in like Joe Gacy's bag or something.
Uh-huh.
So like we're doing the show, and I'm not even wrestling on the show. I'm just giving handshakes to the loser after the show over a hot dog and a handshake. Don't know
Right.
why, but it was a stipulation. If you lose, you got to get a handshake from the hot dog. You don't get paid, the winner gets paid. That was it.
Right.
Um, so I'm looking for my hot dog costume, and we're in the middle of New York at this point. I'm like looking around. I'm like, did I drop it somewhere on the street? Like, what the hell? Uh,
Uh-huh.
I'm asking everybody, you see my hot dog costume? I usually carry two, but I only
Right.
carried one. Um, My fiance's with me. She's like, I don't know where it's at, and we're all like freaking out. Then I just see like like a brightish orange like piece of fabric, and I already knew that's my costume right there. So I had to
Right.
confront Joe Gacy, and that was pretty scary. And he like we had like a stare down, and like he could play that like that stone face killer pretty well.
Now
And
you talk about Joe Gacy from NXT, right?
yes,
Okay.
so we had that stare down, and I was like, I had to, he had that stoic face on, that persona,
Yeah,
and I was like,
he does have that face. Yeah, you're right.
and I was like, you know what, like it kind of would make me feel uncomfortable, but you know what, I got to play on it too. So I had the stone face too. I was like, hey man, I need my costume back. What costume? The one in your bag.
Right.
Trying to say that I'm a thief? No, of course not. But it's
Right.
somehow in your bag. I would like it back, please. And then he couldn't keep it up longer. He started laughing and just giving it to me. So like that was it. Like I don't really have like people don't rib me that much because they know if they rib me, like I will get them 10 times like worse.
That's awesome. Tell me
Yeah.
about another rib you did. I'm like, yeah, this is good stuff here you're giving us.
Oh
And then we'll
man.
jump out of
So
this subject.
I mean, like in wrestling, like if you like move somebody's stuff, like that is going to be like always like a rib. I'm
Right.
trying to. Oh, I do. Okay, so um, outside of wrestling, like on the road trips or whatever, with my
Uh-huh.
boys and my wrestling friends, they call me the Splendor Man.
Uh-huh.
I'm only called the Splendor Man because like we'll stop at like a 7-Eleven or like some a coffee shop or something. I grab
Right.
like a handful of Splendors, I pocket them, and I'll when I go to like shake people's hands, at
Uh-huh.
wrestling, give them like pounds or whatever. I have the Splendor in my palm, and I'm just like slip it off to them. Hey,
You're like, what the hell?
why? And I'm like, the Splendor Man strikes again. Um, so, or I'll leave it like in like a glove compartment, or put it in somebody's pocket, or put it in somebody's jacket, something. To this day, I get people who write me on like on Messenger, and they were like, "Hey, I was just cleaning out my closet, and I found a Splendor in my jacket. Why?"
That's great.
Yeah, so I still get like little like things about that. I've been caught. I've been caught. Someone splendid me. One of my best friends came over to my house one time, and
Really?
yeah, he slipped some Splendor in one of my drawers that had no Splendor in it. He's like,
Right.
"You're not the Splendor Man anymore. I'm the Splendor Man." I was like, he was like, "You slacking. You got no Splendor in your house." I'm like, "Damn."
Oh man,
So
that's
yeah,
funny.
just dropping off some Splendor in people's persons.
My son is dying over here laughing. We got a question for you. What's your goal for 2023?
Man, like my goal, then this is like my homework, right? Because I actually have homework that I have to do, right? Like my goal is to I want to drop some pounds. It's been a rough couple of months, like 4 or 5 months, but I think it's time for me to get back in the gym. I started going back to the gym, going back
Right.
to training. I started going back to training. So I'm hitting those strides as much as I possibly can with the time I have for the year. Um, I'm kind of taking like a backseat in a sense, like for wrestling. But I
Right.
do want to I don't want to ever be, not able to get back in the ring. So I'm always trying to keep myself in ring shape. But I'm not gonna like be doing shows like that. Like currently I'm managing somebody,
Right.
legit Perfect Perkins. He's a tops prospect on the indie scenes right now, or upcoming top prospect. He has a lot to learn, but I wanted to teach him and show him the ways of how to get over, in a sense. Uh,
Right.
he's great. He's a great guy, great athlete. Just trying to shape him up real quick so the best possible scenarios can happen for him. So sky's the limit for him. I'm just going to take a backseat. I've done 10 years of wrestling. I can do something completely different within wrestling. So I
Right.
wrestled for 10 years. Now I might do commentary for another 5 or manage for another
Okay.
5, but I'll still be around. My face still will be seen. Hence why I do have different personas. Like Hot Dog Starks is the face of the entire brand, right? Like I can appear as Hot Dog Starks at different events because it's relatable. Um, Undertaker, that's like the serious wrestler. If I wanted to actually like start
Right.
showing my skills, I'll be Undertaker, kill it right there. Also, I'm also bun defeated as the Undertaker, so no one has stopped me yet.
Oh, you got a streak going on.
Right? And I have Bun Nasty, which is like the talker, right?
Uh-huh.
He's the promoter. He's the guy who's gonna put butts in seats just with his words.
Right.
And it's very, ideally, originally, it was supposed to be, I was supposed to be the bad guy's bad guy. Like I'm not
Right.
really a good guy, but I'm not a bad guy either. I was gonna just like crap talk all the bad guys, and crap talk all the good guys. I didn't want any, I just wanted to be extremely disrespectful, in a very fun, different way. Hence why I wear a fur coat, got the glasses on, uh,
Right.
pink turtleneck. It has a golden chain. I got to stay look hot dog related. So my goal is to try to still get those characters over in a sense and get those characters more notoriety instead of, I'm always going to be hot dog. Like wherever I go, I will be hot dog. No matter what I do, I'll always be hot dog. But Bun Nasty and Undertaker are all under the hot dog banner. So even if I'm doing something on commentary, I'm still hot dog at the end of the
Right.
day, you know. So yeah, that's one of my goals. Get those over. And just feel it out. Right? Feel it out for the rest of the year. But that's my goals for wrestling. My goals in life, obviously, like I said, lose weight. I plan on passing all my classes. Like, let's pray I do, because I'm also like in Full Sail University, doing my thing in entertainment business.
Okay.
So far so good. Wish me luck. Fingers crossed. So I'm gonna be finishing my first year. That's gonna be great, and I plan on keep doing more, keep learning. And
Right.
currently right now, like my shoot job, I'm a brand ambassador, and it's so fun. Like it's so
Okay.
fun to be that, to network with people, just to
Right. Right.
network with people, apply different ideas, and create like a giant you know partnership. So
Right.
I'm in the sense the glue to mend things together.
Okay. That's awesome. Did you ever get a chance to meet or work with Jay Briscoe?
I met Jay Briscoe once, which is crazy, right? I did a show in, I want to say Delaware. I
Hmm.
think it's Delaware, like 1CW. Um, and I'm about to go out for my match. Like, there's like doors that go, like, there's like 3 doors for some reason just to get into the next building where the show is happening.
Right.
One building is the locker room, the other building is the show. Um, and it's a firehouse or something like that. So we go through the doors, and then like I'm about to go out, and I see Jay Briscoe,
Right.
and like I just stopped, and I'm like, "What is he doing here?" Like, this is Jay Briscoe. What is he doing here?
Right.
And almost immediately, like a crowd of people wanted to like speak with Jay. People are like, "Hey, can you watch my match? This and this." I didn't get a real chance to like talk to him much. I did say, it's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you
Right.
for everything that you've done in wrestling. Um, and if you want to watch my match, you can.
Right.
Shook his hand. I went out there and I showed out. I showed up, showed out. The regular hot dog thing, like I always do. And I
Right.
came back. He watched my match, gave me a pound. He said, "You did good," and that was all I needed to hear. I didn't need anything else. I just needed that.
Right.
It was a freak thing. I remember texting my best friend like immediately, like, "Yo, Jay Briscoe's here." He was like, "For real?" I'm like, "Yeah." And you know, it's unfortunate now that he had passed away,
Yeah.
and especially in the way that he did. Like this is
Right.
it's funny. My best friend, the same day Jay passed, he was like, "Damn, bro, Jay Briscoe." I was like, "I know, bro." Like, and he was like, "It feels like Kobe Bryant right now because like it's everywhere. You can't go anywhere without seeing that."
Right.
And that's how much he meant to professional wrestling, both inside and out of the ring.
Absolutely.
So, rest in peace to, Jay Briscoe, um, and my condolences to his friends and family, especially like his
Right.
daughter, who's in surgery right now, or,
Right.
it's just a lot. It's just a lot to deal with. It is a very, very sad thing to talk about when it comes to Jay Briscoe. Like, it's very unfortunate. If it's an untimely passing. So
Yes. All right. Let's go into venues. Favorite venue that you wrestled in?
favorite venue, man. I wrestled in a ice skating rink. I wrestled in a horse barn.
Ice skating rink.
Yeah, I wrestled in so many different venues. I wrestled in, it's funny enough, I wrestled in 2 different ice skating rinks. But what am I doing in ice skating rinks?
Right.
A barnyard I wrestled in. I wrestled in a nightclub. That was fun. I'm just where's my favorite?
That's pretty cool.
Do I have a favorite one? I would say, man. I don't know if I have a favorite venue.
Really?
I don't know. Because man, Starland Ballroom was pretty cool.
Okay.
You know where you ever heard of the Starland Ballroom? Okay, so I wrestled there.
I'm in Long Island.
Okay. So I wrestled in the Starland Ballroom a few times. That might be one of my favorite venues. Because there is a downstairs and upstairs, but it has a balcony so fans can watch coming down. And it's huge. It's huge. There's different dressing rooms that we all could go into. Honestly, that's a good vibe. I think we had 4 or 5 different dressing rooms. I was like, oh man, we're spoiled. We're spoiled to wrestle here.
Yeah, that doesn't really happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. We usually our dressing rooms are closets or something,
Right.
Yeah, I was in the Starland probably my favorite venue.
Awesome. Have you been out here to Long Island, right?
Yeah.
Where you've wrestled at Cap, right? I believe.
So I think we did a memorial show or something like that for a police department. And I think I won the battle royal. God, jeez. And it was pretty cool because I think I was a last minute addition. And the promoter was like, "Hey, did you bring your hot dog costume?" I was like, "I did." Can you put it on and go in the crowd? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna put you in the match. Won the battle royal. Oh, okay. You're gonna go over. What? So I wrestled in Long Island. I think only I want to say 3 times I wrestled in Long Island. And I don't know. One was Cap, and the other 2 I think were Warriors of Wrestling. I don't know if is that in Long Island?
No, that's Staten Island.
That's Staten Island. Oh, so never mind. So. But Long Island definitely was one time.
There you go. I thought I saw you in one of the venues advertised. I don't think I.
Oh wait, Cap is in Long Island too, right?
Yeah, Cap is in Long Island.
I wrestled there 3-4 times. So I wrestled at.
Sometimes they do Limbrook.
Funny story. I wrestled Bobby Orlando's first match.
Bobby.
Yep.
Bobby's great, man.
Yep. I have a lot of first match stories with people.
He refuses to follow me on Twitter, though. I don't know. In some of my videos, you'll see.
You got to call.
I do call him mom. I do call him
mom. Do you say Bobby is my mom?
As a matter of fact, it's so funny because I was leaving one of the venues we were at because I usually work out of Victory Pro Wrestling. That's where I film my vlog stuff and some of my interviews. And I'm opening my trunk. I'm putting on my stuff, and there's a car behind me, and I'm not looking because I'm facing my trunk, and I hear yeah. No, I won't follow Papa Dick on Twitter. And I turn around, it's freaking Bobby.
Wow.
I guess he was ribbing me as he drove away.
Wow.
Bobby's the best, though. I love Bobby.
I love Bobby. Yeah, Bobby's really cool.
All right, let's talk about some stuff you got coming up. You got Pro Wrestling Magic, My Own Worst Enemy, coming up Saturday, January 28th at the Richfield Park, New Jersey. Bell time is 4, doors open at 3. Where can everybody get their tickets for this event?
I'm pretty sure you can get them on Eventbrite. You can get them. I mean, this isn't my company, you know what I'm saying? You just look at Pro Wrestling Magic. I'm pretty sure you can find tickets online somewhere.
Gotcha. There's that scannable barcode too.
Yeah, there you go. I see it right there. So this is coming up next week, Saturday, the same day as Royal Rumble, which I'm excited to watch.
Right.
So this is also having like a memorial. It's having the Chad Adams Memorial Battle Royal, which also usually ends up on January 19th. But they pushed it like a week later for some reason.
Right.
But my debut at Pro Wrestling Magic was in the Chad Adams Memorial Battle Royal as a surprise entrant. So every time I'm in the Battle Royal, Hot Dog Starks is a surprise entrance. I will say this: I haven't been Hot Dog Starks at Pro Wrestling Magic in about 3 years.
Oh,
Um, so we don't know what's gonna happen.
right.
I'm gonna be here. Bun Nasty usually makes his appearances here, but he doesn't wrestle, or he's usually on commentary or managing Perkins. And the Undertaker is still undefeated at Pro Wrestling Magic, but Hot Dog Starks has gone missing for 3 years. 3 years.
Whoa.
You see that dude with the face paint, Dominican Destroyer Vargas?
Yeah, Vargas. I know Vargas.
So the last time Hot Dog Starks was in Magic, and Hot Dog in general, Vargas and the tag team partner beat the crap out of Hot Dog, ripped the costume up,
Right.
slammed him down, broke his neck. Hot Dog was gone.
Yeah, Vargas.
Emerged came the Undertaker. The next Chad Adams Memorial Battle Royal. Clean Towels did his thing. But Hot Dog Starks is still yet to be seen. Hot Dog Starks is still missing. He's still dead somewhere.
He's missing.
That costume is still ripped up somewhere. But something tells me that Hot Dog Starks has a bone to pick with a few people in this match.
Awesome. Also on the poster, I see JC Storm is on there.
Yeah, JC Storm with the weather. I love JC. She's been pretty cool with me. I met her last year, I want to say. I think we did commentary at one point together. So when I do my Bun Nasty persona, I like thinking is like it's the nasty news. And JC Storm with the weather. She's a hill. So it's always rainy. It's always nasty out here. So JC Storm, who's also the women's champion, I believe, at Magic, has been doing her thing with her crew. She has a whole crew of like 4 other guys. And it's crazy. Like, I think they're all like champions too. So JC's gonna be doing her thing, like in and out of the ring as well. So
absolutely. Also, someone else I recognize, Jay George over there.
Jay George, very unpredictable. Very unpredictable. Also, I think a Cap New York guy, but he was around before that too. I remember, and when it comes to Jay George, he's very different, very eccentric. His gimmick is like no other. His ring gear is like no other. His hair is different, like no other. He is extremely different. He reminds me of Prince, right? Like,
yeah, he does remind you of Prince. That's right.
He does remind me a little bit of Prince. Very like unpredictable. You never know what Jay George is going to do. So props to Jay George.
Props to Jay George. All right. Anybody else you want to mention on the poster?
Let's see. You got Big Brother Berg here, the world famous CB, the coldest brother in the game. You got him here top left, with his fur coat, and that fur coat is beautiful, Hence why I had to get a fur coat because I couldn't have Burger. Yeah, I couldn't have Burger, outshining me with that fur coat. Next to him is Kerr. Pain Train. That brother is big and bad and bald.
He looks massive.
Big bad.
I want to mess that with that guy.
I think he's the world heavyweight champion of Pro Wrestling Magic currently. Big man, knows how to move. I wrestled him a few times, and those are always fun. Next to him is also a big, bad, bald, brown dude, Dan Moff.
I thought that was him.
Yeah, that is Moff. I've known Moff for a long time. He's been at New Jersey, for a long time. And funny enough, I've only been in the ring with him twice. Both were in Battle Royals, and they both were like maybe 7-8 years apart from one another. So never really been in the ring with Dan Moff. Not like as much as I would like to, because they'll probably like kill me. Uh, I felt one of his chops, and
Oh,
I felt. I'm not gonna. I kid you not. I kid you not. I felt that chop for like 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, and I was just like, wow. Because I've always wanted to get chopped by Moth because I always wanted to feel that.
right.
Finally got chopped by him, and I was like, wow. Like it was like being on the cloud. Like wow, I got chopped by damn Moth.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
Lou Bruno's there. Big Bruno. This man, the first time I met him, chokeslammed me against my will. I'd never been chokeslammed so high, so
Ooh,
high and hard. So he chokeslammed me, and my entire body bent in a way I've never felt before. My knees hit my face. That's how crazy it was.
right.
But now we have a series of choke slams. I've choke slammed him. He'll choke slam me. As much as I don't like being choke slammed by him, we have a choke slamming battle. Cool dude, John Tulla. My first ever singles match at Pro Wrestling Magic was against John Tulla, and it's pretty good. I think him and Bruno were actually feuding at that time, but now they're tag team partners. So that's kind of weird. But we always love a tag team that feuds and fights, right?
That's right. We do.
There's Steven Pena, who's another top prospect at Magic. I think he holds the keys to the kingdom, which is like guarantees him a title shot of
Right.
any championship he wants, I believe. Steve Off is there. Steve Off has been a Pro Wrestling Magic original since the beginning. Currently the Dark Arts Magic champion. He just beat Aaron Bradley, who's like right under Jay George, who looks like a rabid Wolverine.
It does look like that.
So they were feuding. A lot of stuff was involved. Steve's son was involved in with that, and that was kind of crazy. But Steve is now the holder of the Dark Arts Championship. But there needs to be odds in that championship. So I'm gonna make sure that that championship goes around the waist of somebody who deserves it. Not a knock at Steve, just saying in general.
Right.
Ruthless Lala's there, who's like my sister. Also, one of the reasons why I became Bun Nasty, she knocked me out of my bun. So I told her I would come back with a double decker bun, and I did. So I now have a fur coat and a pink turtleneck. So I am Bun Nasty due to Ruthless Lala giving me a ruthless lariat that I've felt for a good couple months. She hits hard. I kid you not. She has missed what that lariat do. She is Super Saiyan, super. She has a long nickname, and I can't even say all that. She's the one to tell you that. I can't put her over. She can put herself over. But Ruthless Lala's on here. She holds like a few championships. She's the first lady of Prolific, which is like another, team and Pro Wrestling Magic and in wrestling in general.
Right.
And she's great when it comes to like creating content. Like if she's in the storyline, she goes 100% now. So that's something that like people in the indies do not do. And she knows what she's doing, and she's been in the game longer than I have. So I look up to her. That's like my big sis.
Awesome. Anything else you want to plug? Well, before we go.
Whew. Man, plugs. All right, cool. You can catch me on Cameo. You can book the hot dog on Cameo at .com/hotdogstarts. You can follow your boy on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Hot Dog Starts. You can find me. You can buy some merch at prowrestlingtees.com/hotdogstarts. If you are a wrestler who is watching this, you can hit me up for some glizzy gear, if you will. I design gear, design logos, I do it all. What else? If you guys want to smoke in any video games, hit me up on my PlayStation or Xbox at Hot Dog Starks 24/7. I always want to smoke, and I'm always down for I'm always down for a fight.
Any Undertaker shirts on there? Pro Wrestling?
Yeah, I do have like a few Undertaker shirts I think you'll like. I have like
check them out.
Yeah, definitely. Like I got like 3 or 4 of them up there. So check those out. And I think I have like one Bun Nasty shirt. It's like what's this, Garbage Pail Kids? So it's like it's like a thing of that. So it's like me with the hot dog costume ripping it off, and you see my skeleton, but I'm ripping the hot dog costume. It's a good shirt. I think people like that one a lot because it brings nostalgia value to it.
Awesome, awesome. Let me plug away a couple of things before we go. We have The Ballad of Gia and Frankie, A Journey of Hope and Destruction, a wrestling documentary by John Victor Ambrose featuring Gia Savitz, the professional wrestler, available on Venmo on demand and available for purchase. Make sure you purchase your copy because it is important. We support independent wrestling. Make sure you get your copy, as well as Pro Wrestling Magic. Make sure if you're in that area, you go support Pro Wrestling Magic, support independent wrestling. As for me, next month, I will be at Notorious. Victory Pro Wrestling presents Notorious. Make sure you get your tickets at victoryprowrestling.com, featuring Notorious Mimi. We also have VPW Women's Champ Valentina Vasquez will be defending her title. New York State Champion Desmond Cole will be there as well, who's red hot. The frat star Dante Drago will be there as well as the new Victory Pro Wrestling Champion Mike Anthony, who's not crazy, will be there, as well as Brother Greatness, who I saw last night at NYWC. Hallelujah to him. Eric James will be there as well as Jack Tomlinson, the former champion, who will be trying to win back his championship against Mike Anthony. Also available at Victory Pro Wrestling will be sponsorship opportunities. Make sure you go to their website for more of that information. As well as I will be there filming Vlog Interaction. What's happening with the 23-6 title? What's happening with the 23-6 champion? The Solution. Will anybody be able to take that title away? There's a rumor going around that the Solution has been under the weather and may have to relinquish the championship. Find out next month at Vlog Interaction, coming out of Notorious. Hot Dog Starks, thank you for coming on the podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Pleasure was all mine. Thank you so much.
I was excited to have you on, and I was looking forward to having you on. We got emails going everywhere to all independent wrestlers, so I'm glad that we got you on the show. So thank you very much, sir.
I definitely appreciate you reaching out, you and everybody else on your team reaching out to me, because it was, it's a pleasure. I don't even know how you guys found me. One,
Well, I know who you were.
Oh, okay.
I've seen your stuff all over the wrestling website, so I knew who you were. And my booker, Serena, there she is, who asked what's your goal for 2023. She sends me literally it's a list of people, and I'm like, yes. I basically say yes to everything. I don't even know why she asked me anymore. But you were on that list, and I said absolutely yes.
Wow.
Yes,
wow.
let's get them on. Oh, the Solution's on. Hold on. Nobody's taking the championship off of me. Ooh.
I will.
That's a problem if someone does. Ooh, maybe Hot Dog will show up and take that from you.
It's so weird. In my 10 years of wrestling, right, I've never won any championship at all. I've held championships, but never won anything, right? So, Solution, if you got a problem, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Obvious solution.
Look at that. That's a beautiful belt. Look at that.
Look at me next to that.
I can see. Hold on. I don't know if my finger can see it because of the green screen, but yeah, man, I can see it. I can see its Solution. You better watch it. Hot Dog might come around and roll you up. That's it. That's the end of your reign.
That's it.
Thank you very much, Hot Dog, for coming on. Everybody else, make sure you stay tuned. I will be back up tomorrow, and I don't think I put that graphic up, but I will be back up tomorrow. Make sure you check out my social medias. We have Tony. Hold on. I want to get his last name right before, we head out. I don't know. You probably know him. He's been around. Well, I got to go into my pictures real quick. Why did I have it on my stuff, man? There he is. Tony Leyenda. I don't know if you can see it.
Not from here, man. I can't see from here.
It's tough. I know. It's tough.
He got a championship?
Yeah, he does.
I'll take it.
He does. Let me tell you, he looks like jacked, man. Serena says, thank you, Hot Dog, for being on the podcast. Thank you, Serena, for making sure that we are. Thank you, Serena, for booking everyone as well. All right, everybody. This is Papa Dank alongside Hot Dog Starks. You have a great afternoon this Sunday, and we'll see you next time.